World War II, often seen through the lens of the Allied powers, takes on a remarkably different perspective when viewed through German eyes. From the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party in the early 1930s to the fall of Berlin in 1945, Germany's trajectory during the war was shaped by ideology, ambition, and the pressures of global conflict. Initially, many Germans felt a combination of national pride and fear, witnessing rapid territorial expansion as the Wehrmacht, Germany's armed forces, moved across Europe with astonishing speed, taking France, Poland, and the Low Countries by surprise. Propaganda played a critical role in shaping public perception, portraying the war as a necessary defense of the fatherland and a struggle for survival against external enemies. Yet behind the official narrative, daily life for ordinary Germans was complex and often harsh. Shortages, conscription, and the constant presence of the Gestapo meant that fear and obedience were intertwined with patriotism. Military campaigns, including the invasion of the Soviet Union and the brutal Eastern Front, revealed the immense challenges faced by German soldiers who endured extreme weather, logistical nightmares, and staggering casualty rates. While Nazi leaders celebrated victories, dissent quietly simmered among civilians and some military officers, culminating in events like the July 20 plot to assassinate Hitler in 1944. The Holocaust, orchestrated by the Nazi regime, cast a dark shadow over every aspect of German society, with many citizens complicit, some resistant, and others simply overwhelmed by the scale of atrocities. By 1943, the tide of the war had shifted dramatically. German forces suffered major defeats at Stalingrad and in North Africa, forcing the regime to stretch its military thin across multiple fronts. Air raids devastated German cities, leaving civilians vulnerable and morale low, while resource shortages and relentless Allied advances underscored the war's inevitability. Throughout this period, German media continued to emphasize resilience and heroism, but private letters and diaries reveal the fear, despair, and growing realization of impending defeat among both soldiers and civilians. The final months of the war were marked by desperation as German forces retreated on all fronts, the Red Army advanced from the east, and Allied forces pushed from the west. By April 1945, Berlin was surrounded, and Hitler's death signaled the collapse of Nazi Germany. In the immediate aftermath, ordinary Germans faced the consequences of war, displacement, destruction, and the challenge of reconciling with the atrocities committed in their name. Studying World War II through German eyes does not excuse the regime's actions, but it provides a nuanced understanding of the complexity of human behavior during totalitarian rule and global conflict. It illustrates how ideology, propaganda, fear, and hope can coexist in the minds of individuals, and how history is experienced differently depending on one's perspective. According to historians, exploring these perspectives helps us understand not only the decisions of leaders, but also the lived experiences of ordinary citizens caught in the sweep of history. And that's something worth remembering when you next consider the vast, interconnected human stories behind the headlines of war.